Well, welcome back here to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland have come through this afternoon with a 2-1 win, and it's all thanks to Tommy Watson.
Yeah, fantastic. Just mentioned it there. I'm pleased for Tommy. Had to wait and be patient to get his opportunity. Done well for the 21s and got himself in there. He's getting a run in the side, and today's the day for him. As I said there, getting his goal in front of the home fans and then to follow it up. We thought he had the opportunity, blazed one over the bar, but didn't have to wait too long to go on and get that the winner and a big 3 points for the club.
Let's have a look back through at the highlights from the game then, because it was pretty frantic, especially in that first half. There's a few lulls in that second half, wasn't there, Danny? And
yeah.
Sunderland had the ball in the net actually on a couple of occasions. One was ruled out for offside. We'll go through that, of course, as well. But it was a decent start from Sunderland, and then they were hit with this.
Yeah, this here, yeah. I think, obviously, all goals are disappointing, you can see, but no pressure on the ball there. So, as a back line there, look where we are. We're just 5 yards the other side of the halfway line there. For me, if I'm, Ballard, everyone wants to squeeze up these days, I get that, but there, you've got to assess the situation. Me as a defender, no pressure on the ball, give yourself a couple of yards. See Adji there, he's unaware of where Kumas is, times his run really well, gets in behind him, and then obviously we're running back towards our goal. And you think Anthony Patterson's made a good save down at his near post, but then Kumas stabs it, doesn't he, on the follow-up with his left foot. Whether he's obviously trying to put it on target or just feed it across for Cannon, either way it ends up in the back of the net, and Stoke get themselves in front, 6 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and I was very happy about that, the Stoke technical staff.
But good response from the boys. Goal behind at home here, and it's the first time this season we've gone behind at home. And we didn't have to wait too long, did we? And listen, it's from their point of view, if you want to break it down, it's a long ball forward. Watch Tommy here now. The wingers come off the wing. Look there, from their point of view, no contact on him. Bops down to Joe. Joe back into him. Again, he's got 5 yards to work with him. 5 yards is a big space in football. Centre back doesn't want to come out. He knows he's got Isidore on his shoulder. But Tommy, confident, just pulls the trigger through the defender's leg. I think it's at Phillips' legs. And Johansson, doesn't see it or see no reaction from it. I can't see what's happening in front of me. And bang, it's in at his near post on the back within a minute, back on level terms.
Great response from Sunderland, and that man Tommy Watson. We've seen him do that kind of goal so many times with the 23s and the 21s.
And it's obviously taking it that next stage, isn't it, for the first team? I don't care who you are, it's a step up. You can be the main man at the 21s in your age group, and then all of a sudden it's a different ball game. You're into championship football.
Years, isn't there?
Of course there is, yeah. And he will, let's say, nervous about. I don't know, everybody's different, but just having that little inner belief, really, I'm guessing. But that's going to come now from.
And the run of games has probably helped him. He had a good game down at Sheffield United.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I think he's had moments. Other games he's played as well, and but it's going to come down to. Kicking on, and you see him growing game by game, and I think that's the case for me. Even second half, he's had moments in other games, like first half at Sheffield United. Second half didn't see as much from him. Whereas today, I thought he was excellent in both halves. He was a threat down the left all afternoon, and he deserved his 2 goals, and he'll go home no doubt with a Man of the Match award, and he's really pleased for his family as well.
Yeah, you'd have to give him it for his impact on the game this afternoon, not just for his goals as well. Always a threat as well. Yeah. And he likes getting back and helping out as well.
He does, yeah. He's a fit lad, Again, I go back a couple of years ago when I was doing working with the 18s, and they'd done a bleep test one day, and Tommy, he's just fit, he runs all day, looks after himself really well. You can see his build, just loves getting up and down that side. It's what you want as a fullback.
He had a good game as well, Dan Neil.
Dan Neil, he did as well, yeah, he did actually, yeah. Excellent, a bit of composure about him again this afternoon, ticked us over really well. But yeah, I think in the first half, Stoke had their moments. I think you see towards the end of the half as well, they had a big chance for Cannon, wasn't it? This is the one, strike from Isidore through the wall. Wilson will come off today, come off there with a bit of cramp. He'll be pleased, obviously, that we've won the game, we're back to winning ways, but strikers want to come off with the goal, and he's had a couple of opportunities, hasn't he, towards the end of the half. He's had that free kick, and that one that Adji puts in, which we'll get onto in a second, where he just opens himself up with the instep of the right boot and guides it past the post. Is this the one? No, this one is where the keeper comes, doesn't it? Just holds up, doesn't it, in the wind?
Kind of swipes at it.
And it's hard for him, I said it's hard for defenders, but you see there, you're fighting against it in the wind. It never settles for you to try and read it as it's dropping out the sky. And he's just off balance as well, he doesn't get the connection. That's the one there, isn't it? Look at that there, another day that flies past the keeper. He's more than capable. We've seen it this season from Wilson. And then, you just felt, didn't you, as the half wore on in that first half, we were going to go on and get the lead before the break, but they had that big opportunity, and it's another good save from Anthony Patterson, who you've got to give a mention to. It's difficult day today for, mention it for young ball boys, but for keepers as well, standing round in that. hands must be freezing. You know, you're standing there in the rain and you're having to make saves out of nothing, and Anthony Patterson's had to produce a couple himself.
Wasn't hit to post here as well.
He did, yeah, forgot about that one. Yeah, just towards the end of the first half, wasn't it? Good strike. Yeah, just into his feet, shifts it just past the keeper. Not sure he gets anything on it. And then there's that one we mentioned right just before the break, isn't it?
Should he have hit that first time, maybe? It's
you know,
hard,
yeah,
isn't it? 'Cause
it's hard. Yeah, just have a look back at it now. Just have a look at the pace on it, possibly. Yeah, I think you're right, Frank. I think if he does, yeah, but then as he takes that touch, it gives Anthony Patterson the opportunity to come out and to narrow the angle. It's a good save, by the way. And then on the follow-up, I think it's Rose, but he was offside. But the flag went up, I think, on the far side, didn't it? But yeah, so you're getting in then at half-time, and then I think here we are now into the second half. Chris Rigg, cut back again, Tommy involved, and Patrick can't get there. He's just held off it on the follow-up, isn't he? But we were a much better side in the second half. I don't think they had an opportunity, did they? I don't think Anthony Patterson had a save to make that I recall. So yeah, it was going to be a case, you felt, of either them nicking one out of nothing or us, you know, going on to get the winner, and that proved to be the case. They had a few of these moments, few and far between, weren't they? But yeah, we're still waiting for one off a set piece, really, aren't we? A big towering header. We've had a lot of corners. Was it last game we had 13 corners?
A bigger aerial threat this year as well, haven't we? So
yeah.
I think you would see that more often, but
yeah, little give and go this one, isn't it? With Tommy, yeah, just gets away from there. I think the defender just takes a nick off the defender, and just see here now, there, and it just pops there and just gets stuck in between his feet a little bit, gets away from him, and then angles against him as well. And there's another one, is it now? Chris Rigg, yeah, lovely ball in. It's Job, isn't it, with the header? And I think Rose
takes a head
across. Yeah, catches him on the follow on the. See there on the follow through. There's Job, gets his head on it first, and then Rose catches him, and then it's Stoke now coming forward on the counter down that left-hand side. And then far post, isn't it? Yeah, difficult one that. You know, if he catches that flush and it flies in, you think, oh, it's not going to be our day. Kumas, but yeah, just slices it off the top of his boot.
The Sunderland chance here, Danny. This time it's Patrick Roberts.
Yeah,
puts
that's
it
the
across.
big chance, isn't it?
Do you think Wilson leaves this?
No, I think he has to swipe at it, doesn't he? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this angle now. Look, no, goes for it. Yeah, no, he has to go on it. Yeah, and then Tommy. Listen, you can say, oh, is he put off by Wilson? But he fancied himself still. It wasn't flashed across, was it? It was rolling at a nice pace.
Much better from him this afternoon.
Yeah, I thought he was excellent this afternoon, Patrick. Sort of back to his best, albeit he hasn't had a goal himself, but he's had the assist, hasn't he, for Tommy's second.
That's a good graph there from Job. I mean, this is the offside goal, Danny.
Yeah, Dennis off the bench now, isn't he? Good from Job, as I said. Gets possession back, and then Tommy goes on the outside, and then stands a lovely ball up, and then Mienda, as you said there, he's done well actually not to hit the target himself with the header from where he is, isn't he? In the middle of the 6-yard box. But then, yeah, everyone around us asking us, you know, we've got the monitor there and they want to know. But yes, he's offside, Wilson, isn't he? A couple of yards or so, stabs it home, and he is offside. So yeah, you can't argue that one. And then you're thinking, oh no, is it going to be another one of those days for us? But it is now Tommy's goal. Say that they thought they had opportunities there. It's a poor ball out, isn't it? I think Seiko gives it away, and then Dan Neal, as you say, steps in with it, feeds it into Patrick. Just keep your eye on Tommy, just hangs out edge of the box. 12 can come out a bit earlier. Seiko, he doesn't do. He's not brave either. Just keep your eye on him there now. So he's the one that's given the ball away for Stoke earlier on the move. And then here, and he's not brave. He turns his back on it, and I think he just skips underneath Rose, doesn't it? Little deflection off him. And that's enough to send it past Johansson. And that's enough to give Sunderland all 3 points.
Yeah. Congratulations to Tommy Watson getting his second goal in the same game as well. Proving the difference between the two sides.
Yeah, but listen, it's on target as the keeper saving it, possibly, but yeah, it's just enough that deflection, isn't it? Through his legs, I think it is, isn't it? And there's Mienda, yeah, puts the burners on, goes past his man. He won't want to be known as a sub or come on as a sub regular. He wants to be playing, doesn't he? Yep. But he's not bad to have off the bench. He's sharp, isn't he? Over 10 yards, Mienda.
He's unpredictable as well, isn't he? Still.
Yeah, a bit of play towards the end of the game. Stoke, didn't they? Chucked a couple of balls in there, but we dealt with it and got over the line, and I think we deserved the points. You can't argue that, and as we say, absolutely delighted Tommy Watson's the difference. Absolutely.
Let's have a look at the scores from the other half-12 kickoffs here on SAFC Live before we look at your thoughts. So there was a game last night that was 1-1 between Burnley and Middlesbrough. Leeds United probably expecting to win that one at home against Derby County. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Preston North End 1. And And our score, well, you're looking at there, 1-1. We did win 2-1. Don't believe what you're seeing on the screen. Let's have a look at what it does for the league table. Of course, everyone else still to play at 3 p.m. this afternoon. The games aren't called off anyway. It's pretty miserable in the UK at the moment, if you're watching this overseas.
Yeah.
Sunderland, they're in 4th still. That's because Leeds United go top of the pile. But look at it, we're only a couple of points behind the top 2 there, Danny.
Yeah, no, it's a big win, isn't it? As you say there, you can see that pack below us. There's a little gap there. What was it, 5 points between ourselves and Middlesbrough. But you're staying on in there, so we've not been great in recent in terms of getting results or wins. No wins in the previous 6 was there, but we're still right in amongst it in that pack there. And as we spoke to Rob before the game, and we've played a lot of those teams. We've still got 1 or 2 teams that we haven't seen yet. But the teams in and around us who we've played, we beat Burnley 1-0 here. Should have been more. Leeds, probably a fair result, the draw on the night. And Sheffield United, yes, we lost last week, but we probably deserve to win that. So we're in amongst it. We're in good company, and and Middlesbrough, we beat them as well, didn't we? So we're there on merit. The lads won't come up against anyone and fear playing anybody, I'll tell you that now. And then we've still got a long way to go. We're halfway through the season almost. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, let's have a quick look at the bottom of the division, if we can. And we'll look at that and see Portsmouth rooted. Queen's Park Rangers just above, and Hull City right amongst it as well there, Danny.
Yeah, manager obviously left, didn't he?
Plymouth could be involved in this afternoon because their game's cancelled, so they could get dragged into the bottom.
Queen's Park Rangers, a couple of games in hand as well there. 16 played, wasn't it? I think, yes. So
let's have a look at your thoughts then. I think we've got time for a quick couple. We've got time for one before we start looking at the next game. Nazim has been on. Didn't see much of the high press in this game with the late goals with Coventry, Millwall and Sheffield United. Do you think RLB has recognised its effect on the starting players and reconsidering that approach? Do you think there's anything in that?
Well, he's asking it in terms of pressing teams in high. Not really
fitness
today.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah, so what he's trying to say there, are they burning themselves out by getting after teams, maybe pressing high early on, 20 minutes or so, and then catches up with you later in the game? I said earlier on, didn't I, that stat there where we've used the fewest amount of substitutions in the league so far, by 15 or so players as well, by the way. I think it's 49 changes we'd used before today. But we're a young team as well, so it's one of those really. Say you're a young lad, so they should be full of running. Yeah. But at the same time, their bodies are still growing. So Chris Rigg, Job, you see the size of Job compared to last year, where he's at and stuff. But of course, it's going to catch up with him. And the pitches like today, conditions take the toll as well. It's not a lovely calm afternoon, is it? It's blowing a gale, rain's coming down. Shirt weighs about 4 stone. And it's going to catch up with you throughout the game. But they kept on going today, the boys. That's what I liked. I think he's asking about changes and stuff, and as Regis looking to adapt or to change it, maybe recognised it. But we made 2 changes later on. Wilson obviously pulls up with cramp, brings Mayenda on for him, and then Dennis and Adji at left back, straight swap there as well. Adji's just coming back into it from having a bit of a stint out the team with his injury as well. So you've got to weigh things up. I'm sure in this day and age you've got the fitness guys in there, everybody's monitored. Distances, red zone, all this stuff comes into play as well, and they'll monitor them through the week. And some players need a little top up. The subs might not come out today. They usually come out for a few runs, but they might be in the showers before the fitness guy gets hold of them this afternoon. But they'll get a top up, so you're trying to balance it out between the squad. But yeah, it's having a balance, because you want a settled squad when you're doing well. Fans will say you don't want to change it too often. Of course you don't. But at the same time, then you're going to need these other lads at some stage throughout the season, as we've seen a couple of weeks ago. Where was it Millwall we went down to, where we had to make 6 changes due to suspensions and injuries as well. From Regis's point of view, I was thinking he's had a week now. Would he maybe look at changing the formation? Maybe go with a 3-5-2, another body up there. Go with a 3 centre. No, he stuck with it, 4-3-3. That's his preferred formation, and he's backing himself. And he says, I'm saying I like the lads I've got. We're in a position for a reason. I don't want to change it too much and come away from that. Yes, I might have to change personnel with injury or suspensions, but that's the base, that's the foundation I like us to work from, and I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, back to winning ways as well. Where do Sunderland go next? Well, they're back here on Tuesday night. It's a 7:45 kickoff against Bristol City. We'll be on air from 7 p.m. for that one. You can get your match to streaming passes right now at safc.com. I think that's it for today. We're going to go and get warm somewhere. It's been horrible conditions, but Sunderland have got back to winning ways this afternoon. That's the most important thing, and we go again on Tuesday evening from 7 p.m. We'll be on air. So we'll see you on Tuesday, wherever you are around the world. We'll see you soon.